Game Design Podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Trevor Scott, and with me, as always, is Ben Slinger.
Hello, hello. I feel like we know a little bit more about game design of late because we've been doing all of these game jams.
We have done a fuck ton of game jams.
Yeah, by the time you're listening to this, our third one in 2 months,
something like that.
will be out. So go and check out that on itch.io/bslinger, I think.
I think
it's where it is.
bslinger.itch.io.
But that's not what we're here to do tonight. Not exactly.
No.
What are we doing tonight, Trevor?
We're gonna do some click pitch. In fact, no, fuck it. We're gonna do some random movies.
Okay.
We haven't done that for a little bit. So let's just see what happens if we get a random movie. Like, I just clicked my button now, and the movie that came up was Knocked Up. So we'd come up with a game about Knocked Up. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that would go very well with the Australian censors. So it's obviously banned here in Australia. But that's okay. We can go with that. Anyway, that's the idea. We take a movie and we take it just as a prompt, and whether that's the actual plan of the game or it's just a jumping off point. It's all good.
Yes. Well, look, I think we dive right in. I think we use Knocked Up.
Okay.
I got a movie as well. It's Home Sweet Home Alone, which is, I don't know, maybe probably the 7th or something. I don't know. It came out in 2021.
Yeah.
In the Home Alone franchise.
Of which there's really only 2 movies in the Home Alone franchise.
Oh, yeah. No, only the Macaulay Culkin ones count. I hope they do a Macaulay Culkin Home Alone again. With
now, yes, yeah, exactly.
Do it properly. But what else?
His kid or his wife just leaves him at home alone.
It's like a dad comedy, or a deadbeat dad comedy or something. Boys' night sort of thing.
Yeah, love it.
What I was thinking, what Knocked Up made me think of though, is like one of those rage games. It gave me the sort of Rising Inferno kind of feeling of like knocking something upwards constantly. And I was wondering if there was something around that could be interesting.
Are you mentioning Ascending Inferno because you saw that I was playing Inferno. That?
No. It literally, I did not know you'd been playing it. And
I put a lot of hours into that.
If I'd known, I would have got the name of it right. Ascending Inferno, yeah.
Okay, Ascending Inferno and Knocked Up and Home Alone.
Well, I feel like Knocked Up gives you the Home Sweet Home Alone. I don't know, like what could you? The Home Alone bit's difficult, but I do like the idea of a Bennett Foddy kind of, is that his name? Kind of game.
Yeah. It's a Foddian. Yeah,
a Foddian game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I feel like we haven't done many of those sorts of games.
For some reason, I'm thinking that essentially you're trying to get. You've fallen into a pit.
Okay.
And you're trying to get to the doctor's office as soon as you can,
right,
to hand in your semen sample.
Oh, okay.
Because you're obviously trying to get pregnant with your wife. But you've fallen into this pit, so you've got to get up out of the pit by doing those sort of
Don't you hate when that
crazy
happens?
moves. But of course, things happen while you're down there, and you got to sort of maybe kick it up into the next.
Well,
thing,
I was going to say it's like getting up, the one with the sledgehammer, except instead of a sledgehammer, it's your erection. It's all penis pregnancy based. You have to manage the flaccidity. and therefore you've got to, every now and again take a little blue pill because you're collecting the blue pills as you fling yourself upwards. Cock push-ups, you can only do one.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
God, I haven't thought about cock push-ups in a long time. Thank you, Tenacious D.
Let's 3-to-1 movie, I reckon.
Let's 3-to-1 movie it. Yes, you did.
Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties. Hang on, I hadn't finished. A Tale of Two Kitties.
And Poltergeist.
Which is pretty awesome, actually, that combo.
I mean,
Garfield
and the Tale of Two Kitties, one of them being dead.
Yes. Definitely a ghost cat of some sort. Polter cat.
Yeah. Angry spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Garfield. It hates Mondays.
Oh, Garfield is the dead cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's another cat. Oh, so maybe this is just the story of that cat. You don't even realize it's a Garfield story until this ghost shows up.
Yeah. And it is not voiced by Chris Pratt, who voiced in the latest movie. It is voiced by Bill Murray because that's the best Garfield.
Look, he did a good job, but I don't know. I feel like he's past his prime now. There's got to be a young'un who can do a good job of a Garfield.
Adam Scott.
Yeah, I could see that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So the poltergeist is played by Adam Scott, and you don't realize it until halfway through that in a Casper-like situation, it just looks,
it just looks cartoonish. Oh, so it's like our cat, the main character is a realistic looking cat.
Yeah.
And then there's just Garfield.
Poltergarfield is, that's the weird looking, cartoony Casper looking.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. The protagonist cat is voiced by Amy Poehler, just to bring them back together
Yeah. Okay, I love that. The owner is played by Nick Offerman.
Yeah. It's a Parks and Rec reunion. Totally.
100%. For some reason, what's his name? John Ralphio.
Oh, yeah.
It's just Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schwartz. He turns up and does some classic John Ralphio lines and then fucks off.
Oh, you ran into Garfield. He's the worst.
It took me so out of one of the Sonics when he did the is the worst.
Oh, did he? I haven't seen Sonic 3 yet.
Sonic 2.
Okay, yeah, I think I do recall that.
And it was like, it took me out of it a little bit, but it brought me back in. Because, Jean Ralphio is the worst.
As a character, yes.
He's so fucking funny.
He's great.
Okay, so obviously the reason why there is a poltergeist is because, Garfield has been buried in the backyard, and
Nermal finally snapped.
Yeah,
offed Garfield.
Yeah, and buried him in the backyard.
Oh, Nermal did. John never found him.
John doesn't know.
All of the Garfield minus Garfield stuff is John after Garfield disappeared.
Yeah,
and just going slowly insane.
Yeah, doing lots of woodworking now.
Does he still live here, or is it different, or he's moved away?
And
this is a new family.
Nick Offerman, so it's Nick Offerman. So
right, okay. So John's
just
got
doing
a
lots
new
of woodworking
cat.
now. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Odie unfortunately did pass away because Odie never recovered.
Right. Do we get an Odie ghost though? At some point, voiced by fucking what's the boss's? No, what's the? God damn it! Wait, I can't think of names today.
It's voiced by Chris Pratt.
No, Chris Pratt is not in a game. Fuck that guy.
He's in Parks and Rec, so
I don't care.
He's allowed in there.
No, he's done too much voice acting. What's Oh my god,
he comes in as Mario.
The classic fucking Rob Lowe is who I was trying to think of.
Okay, yeah.
Although actually, no, Jim O'Hare might be better as Odie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He'd probably do a good
For some
Garfield,
reason, Odie can talk now.
No, it's just Jim O'Hare doing... we just make him do dog sounds. Maybe we just get Alan Tudyk.
God, he does a good job. So anyway, gameplay-wise, is this like a Telltale point and click, or is it...
I do feel like a game where you're a cat... I mean, there's been... not a glut, but there's definitely been a bit of a trend of cat games over the last sort of 5 years or so.
Yeah, cat lateral damage and those sort of things.
Yeah, Stray and Big Kitty, Little City. Yeah. No, Big City, Little Kitty,
Big
other
City.
way.
Whatever.
But that's fine. I don't think we've had a good, essentially kind of an adventure game. So you can click around the house, and
you can click on things and knock them off. Like that's one of the things, but it's in a point and click way.
Yeah. Everything's knockable. But there'll be a key inside one of them that you need to open a chest to get some rotting lasagna, and that's how you lure Garfield.
Yeah, because that's actually that's one of the things that he needs to do to make sure that he's
got unfinished business. He didn't finish that lasagna.
He didn't finish that lasagna. It was on a Monday that he died.
It was,
even though it looks like he ran away.
Right.
Damn normal. So which out of these 100 vases has a key in it?
We've got to have Nermal come in and be played by Aubrey Plaza.
Yes.
That's the perfect casting for a
really is.
Fucking psychopathic Nermal Garfield killer.
Yeah. Yep. In fact, it doesn't even look like a cat. It's just, it's actual Aubrey Plaza with like a pair of cat's ears on.
That's ridiculous.
It's FMV because
it's FMV. She just jammed into it. It's the only FMV in the game. And it's just, she's got a green screen behind her that wasn't even keyed out properly. I don't know what aesthetic we're going for here, but I like it.
But that is like the perfect Nermal. Like the reason why we had to go with that is
it's
because
still got the cameo watermark on it where you paid it. Somehow you got everyone else to come on board, but for her you had to do a cameo.
Yeah, to actually,
for some reason you used the video of it rather than just her voice.
It was because of the performance.
The performance. That's it. You can't afford proper performance capture, and you had to get the performance in there.
But the problem is she didn't have a very good mic, so it sounds like shit. Everyone else came in and got paid like proper, day rates and all this sort of stuff, and she just
sent her $250 for a cameo. No, I'm sure hers are more expensive than that if she does them at all. Which she probably
especially
doesn't.
with the length that. I mean, Nermal's a big part of the last third of the game.
Last third of the game, the climax definitely.
Yeah.
It was multiple cameos. You had to do it over multiple.
It still was cheaper than getting her in for the day rate, though.
She can command a good salary. She's she's a big movie star.
Movie star now.
Unlike Adam Scott, who's only in one of the most popular TV shows in the.
I mean, who watches Severance anyway? 3, 2, 1, click.
Yeah. Hellraiser Bloodline.
Sea of Love.
So this is the new Hellraiser, subtitled Sea of Love. Okay. I know the gist of Hellraiser, but I don't, I've never watched any of them.
Okay, so Bloodlines is actually the 4th film that is set in 3 different periods as well as in space. So
in space. Okay.
So basically Bloodlines happens in the far future, it's in space. And
that's one of
this guy's family have been involved in like the creation of the lament configuration, which is the box thing.
Yeah.
You might be able to tell that I love Hellraiser, and
I mean you're a bit of a horror junkie.
It stops at the end of 4 because after that they get fucking shit.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to turn it around with our tie-in game, Hellraiser. Sea of Love.
Yes. So
someone on a cruise ship.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the Love Boat.
It's specifically.
Yeah.
Or it's a love boat, like
it's basically a cruise. And someone has brought along to the orgy the lament configuration.
They thought it was a sex toy.
Yeah, so they do it and they turn it into the diamond shape, which is a thing that actually happens.
Okay.
And it gets used as a sex toy, and it brings forward Pinhead
from the butt that it was plugged.
They just rip themselves.
It's very gory.
They rip them a new one, literally by ripping them in half, and come out and, you know, he and I can't remember the name of Ollie's group.
What sort of horror buff are you, Trevor?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so is this a how do they kill people in Hellraiser? Do they just like tear them apart? Like, what is the thing?
Essentially, anyone who opens the puzzle box or anything like that gets is fair game for you know, the Cenobites. That's what it was. They can basically then come and, you know, they may have wanted pleasure. Well, in the Hellraiser thing, you know, the line between pleasure and pain. It's skews more on the pain side.
Yeah.
So lots of chains, lots of hooks, just ripping into
skin and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of works in the Sea of Love, because it's all about pleasure and pain.
That's interesting. Yep. I'm trying to think how we can make this a game for one.
I mean, I think the opening scene is that happens, and now you happen to be one of the people who was involved in, you know, in handling the lament configuration. Yeah. So kind of survival horror-esque, like you're trying to sneak your way off the boat.
I think it's very stealth. It's got to be very stealth. I can see a bit of like Alien Isolation-esque sort of thing of like, you're not gunning down these things. It's like you are hiding from them at all costs.
Because the second that they see you, they put a hook right through your face and, you know, rip your face off. And it's very gory, and then it lets you play back from just before they caught you.
How does anyone ever survive the Cenobites? What ends up happening?
Usually they don't open the lament configuration because, I mean, if you touch the puzzle box, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Usually, and it's where they try to get people who have not done that eventually, you know, they're the people that actually survive.
Oh, okay.
In this case, because, you know, they're trying to break the rules and they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. You know, they just want to bring people in.
Have their cake and fuck it too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of the time they get away with it by
not having touched it in the first place.
Well, not having touched it in the first place, and also making a deal with Pinhead.
They do seem very
to bring
rules
to bring
based.
You know, one of the other people who brought forward the lament configuration.
Oh, I see. Like make a deal to okay.
To bring them to justice instead of themselves.
Well, I could see some betrayal stuff in there then as well.
Let's just say the first two are fucking great. Very, very British though.
Oh yeah, interesting.
British horror is very different to American horror.
I didn't realize it was British. Cool.
Clive Barker,
I need to watch more horror movies. I never get a chance to.
Please do. They're good.
All right.
Horror movies are good.
3, 2, 1 movie.
3, 2, 1 click.
Fool's Gold.
Fantastic Four.
Okay. Which one?
2015. The Fant 4-stick.
The what?
Fant 4-stick. It's the
Fant 4-stick, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Damn graphic designers.
I'm looking at the title, and it's FANT 4 in a square.
Yeah.
STIC.
Yeah.
Fan 4-stick.
Fant 4-stick. Or just the Fant Stick 4 if you really want to like assume that they're taking it out of the sentence. But okay. But we all know what the general gist of that is. Fool's Gold is a Matthew McConaughey and the other one, Goldie Hawn's daughter. What's her name? I think they do another one. Anyway, treasure hunter Ben Finnegan has sunk his marriage to Tess and his trusty boat in his obsessive quest to find the legendary Queen's Dowry. So he's like a treasure hunter. Oh, it said treasure hunter at the start.
Yeah.
When he finds a vital clue that may finally pinpoint the treasure's whereabouts, he drags Tess and her boss, billionaire Nigel Honeycutt, along on the hunt. That's a great name for a billionaire.
Yeah.
But Finn is not the only one interested in the gold. His former mentor turned enemy, Mo Fitch, also a good name, hired by rapper turned gangster Big Bunny, will stop at nothing to beat him to it. What is this movie? I want to watch it. It's probably terrible.
I so want to watch it because this sounds great. I'm loving Fool's Gold, and I think this is just set in the world where the Fantastic Four have actually, come to, be part of the world, but it's just part of the world.
Oh my God. The poster for this movie is so badly photoshopped as well.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh my God. Better. Okay. So yes, Fantastic Four Fool's Gold.
As I said, Fool's Gold, that's actually happening.
Yeah.
That's what the game is about. And in a news article, it's like, these 4 people came back from,
a space
flight.
Nobody's figured out the superheroes yet. It's just like, it's happening at the same time, but we just make it a game of a treasure hunting romp.
I mean, one of the people can actually say, yeah, I went to high school with Reed Richards.
Right. Yeah.
And
totally.
Victor Von
Nigel
Doom,
Honeycutt has definitely worked with Reed Richards.
Yeah, 100%.
I do like the idea of, I guess the closest you'd get to this is, what is wrong with my head tonight?
Sea of
Nathan
Thieves,
Drake.
or?
Yeah, like Uncharted.
Thieves,
Uncharted is the series name I was trying to think of. But I like the idea of more of that sort of game. Like, bring in some new characters, set it in a new world. But have and do some different things with the gameplay and stuff. But
you know what would be the best thing to do with an Uncharted game? Have it all about the exploration and fuck the combat right off. Because I turn off those games anytime there's combat. Like,
I think do it a little bit like Indiana Jones, the recent one, right? Fisticuffs. You can easily just knock someone out by sneaking up on them. It's not a whole bunch of gunplay that takes forever and is difficult and you're running around or whatever. Yeah. It's more about
the exploration. It's more about the investigation and then, the occasional fisticuff rather than waves of goons just being thrown out for cannon fodder.
Yeah. Totally.
There was a time and place for that, and that time and place was in the late 90s.
Noughties, yeah. Maybe.
Whereas I think, I loved, and I mean loved, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I think that was
Did you finish it?
I never did.
No, I need to go back to it.
Finished the second area. So,
right.
Up to the Himalayas or whatever it is.
Okay. I'm still in Egypt.
Yeah. So I finished Egypt.
Okay. I was thinking this is a tangent, but you could go the complete other direction and really harken back to the 90s, and it's an FP, like you're picking up 10 different weapons of increasing damage, and it's all shooter.
Yeah.
And the story is barely there. It's just you happen to be going through, jungle environments. But no, that's a different game.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we could go the normality route and have a first-person adventure game in which you're picking up shit, but the levels are really, really tiny.
Yeah, and like the fog is turned all the way up because we don't have the rendering power to actually, render that far.
Yeah. But we didn't do what Silent Hill 2, the remake, did, which is turn the fog all the way up and leave it all at full LOD.
Oh, yeah. So the fog's not even doing anything. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I mean, the reason for the fog in Silent Hill was amazing. Cut off the distance.
Yeah. Make you claustrophobic even in an open area. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, it was scary as all fuck. But this could actually be fun, doing a little bit of exploration.
You got some boat chases out on the around the island. You've got some cave diving. You've got some abseiling down to get to secret areas. You've got some puzzle solving where you're literally following maps and stuff and having to, find landmarks.
I'm seeing something very Sea of Thieves-y.
I was just thinking that too. I liked the way they did,
but in more of a single
narrative,
first person, single narrative game, where you're, attempting to go down. I really did like the first person thing that they did for Indiana Jones. I think that could work here
great.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had massive, what's it called?
Nostalgia?
Not nostalgia, but I didn't think it was going to work. So it was
right. You were okay.
I'm trying to
skepticism, or
that's
not the word you're thinking of. But
it's not the word I'm thinking of. But yeah,
both of us are tired, and I'm pretty drunk. So it's one of those nights.
I have not had anything to drink, and I still can't think. But yeah, I think what they did worked really, really well. So therefore, I'd like to see this work. And we know that Sea of Thieves is fun to play.
One thing that could be interesting is, and this is something that Uncharted does pretty well, but bringing it into this first-person sort of view and stuff, is having a companion with you, like an NPC companion, but doing it well enough, and not doing the whole having to lead them, making it they die all the time if you don't do stuff, but in more of a having someone there, having someone so you've got a bit of conversation going on, having some of that stuff where, like you send them over there and you both take out the guys at the same time or whatever. And
I know it could almost be fun to have this as a co-op game that you and your friend
could do that too. Totally.
You can have your friend take over the NPC, and then you have proximity talk and all this sort of stuff.
Sorry,
and
I just pictured what if Indiana Jones and the Great Circle had co-op like that, and it's just two indies and they've got like different colored hats. Like just how stupid and out of context that would be. It's just another Indiana Jones doing the stupid smooth walk around, running into walls, and they've got like a green fedora.
Yeah. That is pretty great.
Very stupid.
Okay, 3-1 movie. Let's go with one more.
Yeah. Police Academy.
Rippy.
Rippy?
RIPPY.
Okay. Explain.
Young police officer Maddie is determined to live up to her deceased father's legacy. Her courage is put to the test when locals are found brutally ripped to shreds by the zombie kangaroo.
Oh, it's not a drama.
As the undead beast leaves a trail of carnage, Maddie, with the help of her eccentric Uncle Schmitty and resilient Aunt Donna, must embark on a high-stakes battle to save the town.
Auntie Donna's in this? This just came out.
So
Ryan Coonan, what has he done? I feel like yeah.
So they've obviously taken the idea of Skippy but made it.
Oh, right. I didn't. Yeah, Rippy. Okay. I think it's also known as the Red.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's a big red kangaroo.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I kind of like that.
I do.
That's kind of cool. But Aunt Donna makes me want, the voice stylings of Auntie Donna.
Definitely.
In the game.
Yeah. We've got to get
as soon as I read that,
as kangaroos, probably.
Yeah.
Or other Australian fauna. Maybe it's a gang. Maybe it's not just a kangaroo. You got a kangaroo. You've got an emu.
A goanna and a koala.
A goanna and a koala. Okay, there's only 3 Auntie Donnas, though. Who plays the koala?
It's just sleeping all the time
It's just not voiced. It's just on the back of the kangaroo.
No, it's in the pouch.
Oh, in the pouch. Oh, yeah. Kangaroos have pouches.
It's carve it in mucus. But
good old Simpsons. Reminding us about that constantly. So do you play do you play the fucking kangaroo and stuff? Is this a co-op 3-player tearing people apart?
Oh,
I mean, that could be fun.
I mean, that does sound like
just
fun.
kind of do you remember the Wolverine game that came out in like the mid 2000s that was actually not too bad? It was
then definitely no.
It was fun because it was just like, it was like leaping on people, tearing them apart and just tearing through tons of goons.
I mean, I remember Marvel Rivals and not liking Wolverine in that.
No, this was better because it was like one hit kills on people, right?
Okay.
As you would expect.
Cool.
But I could kind of see that with some, each of those would have different traversal methods, right? Like you've got some great leaps and stuff that you can do as this kangaroo and then just like tear into them with your fucking massive claws. Your emu is fast, coming past them.
Yep.
Also tearing into them with your massive claws. Maybe you can get a cassowary skin for the emu character and play as that instead. And then your goanna is like a little bit more sneaky, but then just taking them out of the ankles or climbing up.
More like a face hugger sort of thing.
Yeah, like tearing out their
walls
necks and stuff. Yeah. Like they could be pretty cool actually and just have it as a total bloodbath.
Yeah. Kind of like what Postal was for a first-person shooter. This can be for
for native Australian animals getting back at the colonizers.
And 100%, they're all zombies, and they turn people into zombie kangaroos and goannas and emus.
Yeah,
because it turns out that when you get killed by one of these things, you get turned into a zombie version of the thing that killed you.
The thing, not just a zombie human.
Not just a zombie,
but like a weird in between.
That wouldn't make sense.
Like the middle picture of an animorph kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like a weird misshapen version.
Yes, 100%. We definitely want that.
Yeah,
cool.
Love it.
I think that's all we've got.
That was a chaotic episode, but yeah, I think that's it. If you want to find our previous episodes online, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. They're all there. Leave us a review. Check them out. Also, go to bslinger.itch.io and check out our recent Game Jam games because we've been having fun making those and we feel like they're getting, pretty good.
Yeah, this latest one was called Open and Shut.
Yeah.
And
got a lot done in 2 weeks.
It's kind of a noir adventure game that was somehow done in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
35 minutes of gameplay. So, yeah. Go check it out. If you like the song that we play at the start and end of each episode, that song is Godman Defiance and it's on the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust. You can check it out at kuradust.bandcamp.com for free.
Yeah. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
3, 2, 1, stop.